Hi everybody from Berlin. This is Stephan Genze. I'm a professional drummer in Germany since like over 30 years. I'm doing a lot of theater stuff like musical shows. I do a big band. I do studio work, and I'm a sideman of a few famous German artists. So this is a short Corona shutdown lesson. And I want to show you how I do play Afro-Cuban 6/8. There are a lot of ways to play that. And I love to do it as kind of like a halftime shuffle. So I first going to show you the main figure, so the Afro-Clave 6/8 or the Afro-Clave. And we're going to start now. I count in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you will hear the figure first. 1, 2, 3, 4. So next step would be, if you want to play it as a halftime shuffle, you need a bass drum on 1 and a snare drum on 3. So you divide this figure exactly in 2 parts of 6/8 notes. Because in total we have 12 eighth notes, or we have 2 bars of 6/8 notes in total. Okay, so I'm gonna count and I'm gonna put in the bass drum and the snare. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the next step you can do is that you underline or that you play the bass drum with your right hand. You can start playing the first note as we did, and then you play the second note that you play with the hi-hat with the bass drum, and then the third, the fourth, and so on. Or then you can mix it up. You can play the first, the fourth, the sixth, and so on. I'm gonna show you some examples. Okay, so next would be that you fill up the missing eighth notes with your left hand. So you play the right hand, the figure, the Afro-Clave, and your left hand is filling out all missing eighth notes. You still keep the backbeat on 3 on the snare drum, and I'm gonna show you this. So you have much more sound if you do that. And then, as the next step, you can start moving around with your right hand. You start playing on the hi-hat, and then maybe you put one or the other beat on the tom-toms, or on the cowbell, or on the cymbals. I'm gonna show you some examples. So, like this, you have thousands of possibilities. Excuse my English. Thousands of possibilities to play this groove. And you can also move around with your left hand. When you start playing the groove, maybe on the right side with your cymbal or on the cowbell, then you have enough space to move around with your left hand. So I'm going to do some examples with that. Okay, you see, there's a lot to do. And then you can also mix everything together. So you play different bass drums, you play around with your right hand, you play around with your left hand, you do play with different sounds, maybe you have different cymbals, and you can play it on the rim, you can play it just on the snare drum, you can play it with your cowbell, and so on and so on. I do some examples for you. So this was the short shutdown Corona shutdown lesson from Stephan Genze, Berlin. I hope you had some fun. Maybe you got some inspirations, and keep healthy. Bye-bye.